erstwhile Indian Airlines and now Air India with Vizag has started as early as the early 1950s itself. And the operations of the airline has grown from Dakotas, Avros, Fokkers, Boeings, regional jets to the Airbus and now to the Dreamliner, which hopefully someday will come to Visakhapatnam, hope with the invention of our Vizag station is as old as erstwhile Indian Airlines that has been merged into what is now Air India. It boasts a much longer history than many stations on our network today. And as per the historical stereotype, this station too began with the DC-3 Dakota, first a 21-seater and then an elongated upgraded version as a 28-seater. In the immediate years post-independence, Deccan Airways connected Vizag with Hyderabad and Kalinga Airways linked Vizag with Bhubaneswar. And post-nationalization of Indian Airlines, the DC-3 from Hyderabad linked Vizag via Vijayawada. One was the port city and the other the commercial capital of Andhra Pradesh. This was the scenario between 1953 and 1962. In the early 60s, summer schedule of 1963, Kolkata and Bhubaneswar were linked with Vizag, with a Fokker 27, Fokker Friendship from Kolkata. A year later, the DC-3 on Hyderabad, Vijayawada VTZ route was replaced with an Avro HS748. Hence, the 60s was a quantum leap from 28 seaters to 40 and 48 seaters respectively. Though there was good commercial potential, airfield constraints restrictions were the key retardants for the upgradation to bigger aircraft. Here I would like to point out, since Captain S. Reddy is sitting on the dais, that there was a time when only Indian Airlines was operating to Visakhapatnam, when the runway was just 6,000 feet. And possibly there were only Petromax flights there. So we had only 3 captains in Indian Airlines who were specifically licensed to do those operations, and one of them is sitting here very honored and also held the chair that I am now holding as Executive Director of Southern Region and the past. In the 1970, Indian Airlines was the first in Asia to induct the Boeing 737 aircraft. With India being the main market in mind, Boeing industry began upgrading the Boeing 737 Classic version with short field and critical approach capabilities. Hence, Indian Airlines once again became the prime customers for the DAC-17 engine and low pressure flight version variants of the classic Boeing 737 aircraft to facilitate operation to Vizag, Jaipur, Udaipur, Port Blair and Khajuraho. Starting as a 119-seater, the B737 served as a 126-seater workhorse for Indian Airlines. Improvements in the airfield infrastructure and improved technology both on ground as well as aircraft capability have rendered Vizag capable of receiving bigger seat capacity equipment. And though Vizag started as a Navy hub and a smaller brother to Vijayawada as a commercial capital, it has now left all its big brothers far behind in the race for commercialization, industrialization, and a key port city. In March 2012, again, the now Air India, we brought Vizag on the international map, connecting with Dubai. We also offered a day return facility to the national capital. We also offered seamless connectivity to USA via Hyderabad and Dubai, and to 3 European destinations via Delhi. One could have breakfast at Vizag and dinner at any of the 3 European capitals. There has been no looking back. At present, we are operating 21 flights a week with 7 international and 14 domestic flights. 7 international flights at Vizag, Hyderabad, Dubai and back, and 7 flights to Delhi and 7 flights to Mumbai. I am also pleased and happy to bring to your notice that thanks to the patronage to our services from Visakhapatnam, the seat factor on these 3 flights are well above 82 to 83%. Insofar as network is concerned, we are now operating to 62 domestic destinations and 32 international destinations with 105 aircraft in our fleet, which has recently grown to about 122. And like any other international airline, we are also resorting to the hub and spoke operations with our hub as Delhi. However, whenever there is a demand, we are operating direct flights also. In fact, Vizag is more connected via Bombay than to Delhi, which I appreciate, and which is an ask of the people of Vizag that we should have a Delhi connectivity. The timings at Delhi have been arranged in such a way that passengers arriving at Delhi can avail international connections within 3 hours on either directions. On an average, around 9,500 passengers travel on Air India's international services out of Delhi every day, in which about 4,500 passengers are fed from the interior points across the country, mostly from South India. We have non-stop flights between India and USA and daily non-stop flights on Bombay, Newark, that is USA, Bombay, London, Delhi, New York, daily non-stop flights on Delhi, Chicago. We are also operating non-stop flights now to Rome, Milan, Australia, Sydney, Tokyo, Shanghai, everything on the Dreamliner flights, the last being Moscow. So, like any other international airline, this is hub and spoke, but yes, Vizag has to be connected to that hub, which is Delhi. Vizag is already connected to the secondary hub, which is Bombay, but Bombay does not have as much connectivity as Delhi has. Many of you might have observed and read that through check-in and through baggage rating facility has been introduced from February 2012 on the network. This is because from 11th of July, Air India has joined the Star Alliance, which has participation of 27 airlines including major players like Lufthansa, Singapore Airlines, Air Canada, and established in 19 utilized on this big global network called the Star Alliance. Whether you are flying to Mexico, or whether you are flying to Dubai, or whether you are flying to Tokyo, your points on Air India will count on all the airlines which are part of the Star Alliance network. In addition, you will have a seamless travel experience between Air India's vast national regional network and Star member airline network. Passengers will experience seamless travel, quick transfers, convenient check-in procedures when transferring from one airline to another. So, you will have a completely new experience in the new Air India, which is member of the Star also for Vizag, Chennai, Vizag sectors. We wish to assure you that the same is under active consideration for early introduction, and we are sure that with more and more 787 aeroplanes joining our fleet, we will be able to provide this facility. I cannot, I must frankly admit, give you a proper deadline right now, because this decision has to be taken in consultation with my schedule and network planning and also my CMD, but we will actively work towards it. That is